Hello, fourth graders, and welcome back. We are in Unit 3, and today we're going to be looking at Investigation 2.6, okay? Now, the last time that I was with you, we talked about how we can use a multiplication equation and how it is related or can be used with a division equation, okay? I want you to get out your math workbooks and turn to page 121. 121. I want you to press pause right now on the video, and once you get to page 121, press play back on the video. All right, so we have our math workbooks open to page 121, and maybe you have your pencils out, okay? And so it looks like this page right here, related multiplication and division problems. Let's look at problem 1A. So 1A says, Mrs. Santos got a new shipment of apples. There were 20 bags of apples in the shipment. Each bag contained 8 apples. How many apples did Mrs. Santos receive? Now let's take a peek at maybe a strategy that you may have used to work out that problem, okay? So here's just one idea that I came up with. So we know that she got in a shipment of apples, and we know that there were 20 bags. So these circles represent a bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And it also said in the problem that each of those bags contained 8 apples. And so that's 8 apples, and so forth, okay? Now, I decided to break up that 20 into 2 more manageable pieces, into 10s, okay? So I have 10 bags of apples that have 8 apples in each bag, and I know that 10 bags times 8 apples in each bag equals 80. And then I did the exact same thing down below. I have 10 more bags, and 10 plus 10 is 20. And I know that inside of each of those bags are 8 apples. And again, 10 times 8 equals 80. So I know that 80 plus that 80 is going to give me the answer of 160 apples. Okay? Now that was for problem number 1A. Let's look at problem 1B. Now 1B says that Jeff bought a book with 160 pages. If he reads 8 pages each day, how many days will it take him to finish the book? So Jeff has a book, it has 160 pages, and if he takes that book and reads 8 pages each day, how many days is it going to take him to finish the book? Can I use the drawing that I just had to help me solve that problem? Now, is problem 1B a multiplication problem, or is it a division problem? If you said division, nice job. You can also solve it with multiplication, but it is a division problem, okay? So how can this drawing help me solve that problem? Well, we know that Jeff has 160 pages in his book. And we know that if we were to add up all of these 8s, all 20 of them, that it equals 160. And we know that he wants to read 8 pages a day. So we want to take that book of 160 pages and divide it out into a group of 8. A group of 8, a group of 8, until we get to 160. Okay? So we've taken it out and we have divided it into a group of 8. That's 1 day, another group of 8. That's 2 days, and so forth. So how many days is it going to take him to finish all 160 pages of that book? If you said 20, nice job. It's going to take 20 days. But Miss Elliott, where did you get 20? How did you know that so quickly? Well, I know that there are 160 pages in this book. And I know that Jeff wants to take it and read 8 pages a day. So I took these circles and I said, that's 1 day of 8 pages and so forth. And so if I count up my circles, I should have 20. Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we know that 160 pages divided evenly out into 8 pages a day is going to take us 20 days to read that whole book. Now, let's take a peek at maybe the equations that you wrote down. 1A, you probably wrote down 8 times 20 or 20 times 8. And we know whether it is 8 times 20 or 20 times 8 is going to give us the product or the answer of 160. Okay? And then for problem 1B, we knew that Jeff had 160 pages he needed to read, and he wanted to read 8 pages a day. How many days did it take him? 20 days. Could we write this division problem a different way? Yes. We could switch around some numbers, and we could write it a different way, and it would still give us the same answer. Okay? So we could say we have 160 pages, and maybe Jeff wanted to read 20 pages a day. How many days would it take Jeff to read the book of 160, if he read 20 pages a day? If you said 8, that is exactly right. Okay? You see, we just flip-flop these numbers. Okay? Just like we did with the multiplication right up here. Okay? So, where in these equations, let's look at the multiplication one. 8 times 20. What does that 8 represent? Right up here, 8 times 20. What does that 8 represent? If you said that is the apples in one bag, good job. What does the 20 represent? If you said 20 bags of 8 apples in each bag, correct. What does the 160 represent? The 160 represents how many total apples that Mr. Santos got in with his shipment. Okay, let's look at the second one. 160 divided by 8 equals 20. What does the 160 in this problem represent? If you said how many total pages that Jeff had to read, that's right. What does the 8 represent? If you said he wanted to read 8 pages in his book a day, that's right. And what does the 20 represent? If you said the 20 represents how many days it's going to take Jeff to read his book, that is exactly right. Can we use this problem to help us solve this problem? Yes, we can. And so you are going to be working on that today some more. I know you worked on it the other day as well in your math workbook, but you are going to be working on it a little bit more today. Okay? So, bye for now, but I will see you next time. Bye-bye.